Hello and welcome back to Cycle-Synced with G. This is your day 20, rest day-ish, but mobility and breath class. These mobility classes are great to integrate in between sculpting or gym or any kind of activity, especially in the luteal phase where recovery and rest is a lot more important. You might not feel like going for it every day, but having these mobility active recovery days, it enables you to feel your best when you do choose to train on those training days. So without further ado, we're going to get into this mobility and breath class. I'm just got some resistance bands today which are going to help kind of get into some stretches. If you don't have these, that's fine, you can use body weight or not at all, or a band or a strap or a towel or something could also be quite helpful. So let's just start by mobilizing the spine with some cat-cows, coming onto all fours and arching and scoot slowly. Moving around a bit if you like, make it more dynamic, but make sure you're flowing with your breath. Now coming back into neutral, you're going to raise your left arm up to the sky and then thread it through the gap between your hand and your knee. And reaching up with a deep inhale and thread it through. And up. Through. Get a nice stretch inside your shoulder, as well as a nice rotation here, and then a nice stretch in your shoulder here. Last one, and same on the other side. Right arm up, nice stretch, and then thread that through. Stretch. Thread it through. Stretch. Inhales and exhales. And through. Last one. And now your right foot is going to come forward and you're going to find your 90-90. This will already maybe pull in your hip flexor here. And then we're going to slowly come into your low lunge. Some nice deep breaths here. Put your arms up to the sky. You can add a twist in as well if you want. And up. And back into a calf and hamstring stretch. And coming forward onto your knees and changing sides. So finding that 90-90 and a little bit of a stretch in your hip already. And then leaning into that front leg, feeling more of a stretch down this inside here. Again, arms can come up. Twist to the side if you like. And up. And pushing back into that calf and hamstring stretch again. And then back onto your knees, and then we're going to stand up and do some roll downs. So onto your feet, starting with your neck, just going to very slowly roll vertebra by vertebra. And then down. Make any niggles in your spine. Rolling down. Hang here for a couple of seconds. Slight bend in the knees. Nice. Now you're going to come into a quick deep yogi squat. If you prefer, you can come to child's pose or something else that's going to stretch out your hips. Wide leg, wide knee, child's pose. Just a nice lunge. Little breather here before we move on to our mobility circuits, I guess. There's two main circuits which we'll do twice round each. Each one has about 4 mobility exercises in each one. I'm just going to roll through one super chilled, super easy. Yeah, just to kind of wake the body up and get everything moving today is the aim. So grab a quick drink of water. And we're going to start the first mobility circuit with your feet comfortably in front of your knees up. And you're just going to place your hands slightly behind you and you're going to roll your knees down to one side. Tap, feel how that feels. And then slowly over to the other side. And to the other side. The other side. This is just going to warm up your hips, your knees, mostly your hips. And then from here, we're going to keep it in the hips for a second, coming into a butterfly pose. The palms of your feet are going to come together. Reach up and fold over those front legs. This might be enough for you here, so you're just going to hang out here. You bounce your knees a bit, hold on to your feet. But if you are here, holding onto your feet, straighten your back and pull your torso towards the ground. Feel that deep stretch in here. The aim is to keep your back straight. So your spine straight, especially that lower back there. Keep your chest up and your back a long line. Feel yourself slowly starting to be able to go a bit deeper. Feel like you want to just release and hang over, just hang over your knees. And coming up, and from here we're going to go into a dynamic pigeon. So your regular pigeon with your knee in front of you here. One leg's outstretched and one leg is in the front bend of a pigeon. So you're going to lift your chest like a pigeon. Arms are going to come up. And you're going to fold over front. And back up. Arms come up. Deep inhale and fold over the front and wiggle up and fold over. Last one, and up, and over, and you can hang here for a little bit. And then coming up and changing sides. So the same on this side, one leg is in 90, one leg outstretched towards the back. And start with your hands on one hand on your knee, one hand on your foot. And just push your chest up. That might be a nice stretch already. And then arms are going to come up with a deep inhale. And fold over that front leg. forehead to the ground. Up. And forehead to the ground. Up. Forehead to the ground. And last one. And forehead to the ground. Now coming onto your front, hands underneath your shoulders, raise your chest up. You can push yourself all the way up if you like. And roll into a child's pose. One breath. And then rolling forward to that up dog. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, roll and ripple up and over. And push back. One more, ripple over and up. And push back. Nice, so that's your first mobility circuit. We'll do that through once more. Grab a quick drink. And then we'll do a second circuit. So that one was kind of more focused on hips and lower. And then the second circuit will focus a bit more on upper spine, neck, that kind of thing. And then we'll have a little breath flow cool down at the end. So your first exercise was that, I don't even know what this exercise is called, but anyways, you're tall your sitting bones with your knees bent, and you're going to fold your legs over to the left hand side, nice and slow, to the right hand side, back over to the left, to the left, right. One more on each side. And then into that butterfly pose. So palms of your feet are together, holding on to your feet. Straighten up that spine as tall as you can. Push your chest out and pulling on your feet. Start to pull your torso towards the ground. You should feel a nice deep stretch inside your inner hips here. You can also, if you'd like, have your feet slightly further in front of you and do the exact same stretch. And now you'll find it stretches a totally different muscle in your hips. So up to you. And of course, if you want, just fold over and make this more of a passive than an active stretch. Leg out to the back. Hands on your front knee, pushing your chest up and back. Why I like to go through these circuit slides is you can feel the difference in the second round. Like I feel so much looser now. Anyways, up. And then I'm going to come up with a deep breath in. And fold over your front knee. And pushing up. And folding over. Last one, up, and just tightening up. A breath or two. Yeah, nice deep stretch inside your hip. And then coming up, we're going to do the same on the other leg. So left leg comes forward, hand on your knee and your foot, push that chest up, and then inhale those arms, and forward fold. And coming up, forward fold. Last one, and just hang out here. And then from here, again, we're just going to come down onto our bellies and pushing up into that cobra and then up dog. Move a little lower back, a little wiggle if you need. That feels very stiff. And then ripple over into that child's pose. A little wiggle if you need to. And over into that up dog again. And child's pose. Up dog. Child's pose, moving with your breath. And ripple over. Last up dog. And ripple over into the child's pose. And you can second if you want. And then pushing yourself back up. If you want to do that circuit round once more, pause, rewind, do it once more. We're going to move on to the second circuit, which is going to be more upper body and arms focused. So grab yourself a quick drink of water if you like. We're going to start kneeling. We're just going to simply do some shoulder rolls. Very underestimated mobility exercise, I guess, because it's just so simple and so easy. But it really does bits for mobilizing your shoulders. Try and go slightly bigger. I'm going front to back. We're going to reverse it in a minute anyway, so stick with whatever you're doing, but I'm going backwards with my shoulders. Try and make bigger shoulder rolls. And then reverse it, so coming to the front. If you you want, you can also incorporate your arms a bit more. And then now we're going to take your band or your strap or whatever you have, doesn't matter on the strength of the band, and you're going to have it out in front of you a bit wider than your shoulders, and you're going to have it kind of tight. If you're using a strap or a towel, just hold it in front of you, and you're going to come over your shoulders to the back and try and lower it down behind you, and then bringing it up and over to the front and over to the back. Yeah, this can work with a towel, your jumper, a strap, a piece of rope, anything basically. To the back, to the front. Last one, over to the back, and to the front. And staying kneeling, we're gonna lift up to the sky and just bend over to one side. A nice stretch in your side. Deep inhale and exhale. Remember to breathe through all these exercises. Inhale and exhale. Coming up and over to the other side. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then coming up, another very underrated is some neck rolls. So we're going to do just some shoulders, now we'll do a bit of neck. So rolling to the front, starting on one side, not too heavy, and only going up to your shoulder height. Don't roll your neck around the back. Front. And last one. And then we are going to very lightly put some pressure. Your head and neck is going to be down. You're going to have your hands clasped together. Very, very lightly put some pressure and push your head up against your hands. Very, very light movement. You should feel parts of your spine engaging actually. It's very light pressure. I'm hardly even pushing with my hands, but I'm pushing my head back against my hands as if I was going to raise my hand. And coming up and over to the left hand side, you're going to do the exact same thing. So starting with a nice stretch on that left hand side. And then you're going to apply the tiniest bit of pressure with your left hand and push against your hand. You'll feel that intensifies the stretch down this right hand side here. If you want, release the pressure, tilt your face slightly, do the same again, and that will get in a different part of your neck. And same with down. Apply some pressure, get more towards the back. And then head up, slowly. And then over to the right hand side. A bit of a stretch first. Just feel that nice stretch down the side of your neck. And then gently applying some pressure with the other hand. And pushing against it. It's a gentle, gentle movement. Feel that intensifies the stretch and releases a bit of tension in the neck. Again, if you want, release the pressure, tilt your head slightly, apply again, and then we'll get a different part of your neck, different stretch. Pushing this side's a lot more tight than the other side. And again, release. Slowly bring your head back up. Move your left to right just for a second, just sticking it out. Get rid of any kind of wrinkles or tightness and anything. And now for probably my all-time favourite stretch, we're going to do some thread the needles. We kind of flirted with it in the warm-up, but we're going to hold it for a bit longer. So coming onto all fours, I'll start with my right hand up to the sky, and I'm going to thread through the gap. Oh, this is a nice spinal twist, thoracic rotation, stretch in the very difficult part of your shoulder blade to stretch, and just lovely and chill really. Nice deep inhales and exhales. Then coming up. Oh, nice twist and click in my back, threading it through again. Couple of breaths here. We'll do the same on the other side. Come back onto all fours. Now you're going to reach for the left hand up and thread that one through. And coming back up, through, and then coming back up, and maybe for my joint high favourite stretches, so coming all the way down onto your front, one arm, I'm going to start with my right arm outstretched to the side in a kind of T shape. Left leg is then going to bend, fold over, use this left hand to push yourself over for a nice stretch inside your chest. So we just stretch the shoulder muscle, the scapula inside the scapula, and the back of that shoulder blade. And now we're going to do these front muscles here, which you should feel stretching in your right. If you're following me in the right hand side, you should feel the stretch now. As well as a nice spinal twist. Bit of a hip stretch as well. Lovely stretch. It's a nice passive. And then slowly rolling onto your front again, and we're going to do the same on the other side. So left arm outstretched in T, right leg bends, push yourself over onto that arm. Onto your front, pushing yourself back up, and that's your second circuit. So we'll do that 3 rounds once more, and then obviously if you want to do it again, pause it, rewind, and then a little breath flow and stretch at the end. So we started this second circuit with some shoulder rolls. So again, I'm just going to roll 2 to the front, 2 to the back, 3 to the back even, sorry. 2 to the front, 1, 2, 3 to the back, 2, 3, 2 to the front, 3 to the back, nice and big, 2 to the front, breathing, to the back, spine nice and straight too. And then taking your band, your strap, your rope, your jumper, your towel, holding it out in front of you, and that's going to come over behind you. back, rolling over. Obviously, if it is, you can, the aim is to keep your arms straight, but if it's too hard, move your hands further away, and that's going to be a lot easier for you to get your arms over, whilst keeping your elbows straight. I want you to also think about engaging your shoulder muscles inside your shoulders, to use that to like pull your arms over. And by engaging those muscles inside your shoulders, we're also stretching them. Inhales and exhales as you up and down. And the last one. And on your knees, we're just going to reach up and over to the left hand side. You can use this left arm to push against it to get more of a stretch. And coming up and to the other side. Up, allow for those neck rolls, so to the front, starting on one side and one, kind of like a rainbow, and upside down, front, should feel, my neck actually feels a lot looser. I mean, I say actually, but like obviously it feels a lot looser the second time around, which is the aim of this class. And then starting at the front, so you're going to interlace your fingers, put your hands behind your head, neck comes forward. The tiniest, like even just the body weight of your arms is enough to just push that down. And then you're going to push your head up against your hands. Release your hands, bring your head up. I'm going to be careful with the knife. And then over to the left hand side first. For a nice stretch inside your neck. Apply some pressure with that left hand. And then push against that left hand to intensify the stretch. Pressure, comes up slowly to the other side. Pressure with that hand, push against your hand. And then bringing your neck back up to neutral. For my favorite, all-time favorite stretch, coming down onto all fours, left arm up to the sky and threading it through the gap. And back up, one more time, down and through. And to neutral, right arm comes up, thread that arm through. last time through. And then down onto your front for the chest stretch, the inner shoulder stretch. So I'm going to check my arm, I'm going to put my right arm out into T, using my left hand to push the upper body over, and that left leg follows with it. And you should feel that nice stretch inside on your right hand side, inside your shoulder here. This is a great one too because you can control the stretch and the pressure. So if it feels too much, you just bring your body back over to come out of the stretch. And obviously to feel more, you push yourself over more. And then slowly coming back to the center. And same on the other side. Center, pushing yourself back up. That's your second circuit done. As I said, if you want to do that again, pause, rewind, do that again. We're going to move on to a breath, stretchy flow, and then that's it for today. So grab a quick drink of water. So we're going to start in a seated, legs out in front position, and you're going to your back is nice and straight, your knees can be a little bent and then arms are going to come up. Nice deep inhale and fold over your front legs. Here you can add a bend if you want. I'll get more into your hamstrings. Oh, I feel very tight today. Slowly allow your breath, gravity, everything to pull you down into that stretch. I also quite like to move my toes out to the side, and that gives more outer stretch of the legs. Breaths here. And then rolling the spine back up to sitting. We're going to come onto our backs, hug your knees into your chest, and pull those knees over. We'll start with the right to the right hand side for a spinal twist. If you have a bit more room than me, you can extend your legs out to the side as well. Essentially, you want a nice twist in your back. And bringing your legs back up to center, exact same on the other side. So give them a nice squeeze in the middle, nice little hug. And pull your knees over to the left hand side, right arm outstretched. Nice twist in your back. Your head can face the opposite side of the knees if you want. And remember those inhales and exhales. And then bringing your knees back up to center, you're going to grab a resistance band or strap or towel or jumper, whatever you have with you, and going to come around your tops of your foot, to the bottom of your foot even. This leg can stay bent if you like, and you're just going to stretch where it feels, where you feel the stretch. And the great thing about this is that you can pull the towel, jumper or strap, whatever you have, towards you to increase the pressure, stretch even, or release it a little bit if you don't want so much of a stretch today. Nice deep inhales and exhales. And now you're going to flex your foot, so bring your toes up, try and touch your toes to your nose, which is never going to happen, but flex your foot and then point your toes, flex your foot, point your toes with an inhale and an exhale, flex your foot, point your toes, flex, point. And then you're going to hold the band and you're going to pull the band towards you but push your leg away. So you're pushing and pulling essentially, and that's going to release more of that tightness and stretch that you might have. So pushing your leg away basically and then pulling it towards you with the band. And push, 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 push. If you can pull it in any further now. I'm going to do that a couple more times round. So push, 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 push. Using those muscles that you are actually stretching right now. Pushing against this resistance caused by the band. Pushing, pushing, pushing. And then release that push. And you can now stretch a little bit deeper. And last time, push, 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 push. Obviously it's not going to go so far if you've got a towel. It's only stretching because this is a stretchy band. Push. And release. And deeper into that stretch. Nice, give that a wiggle. And then a little shake out. I'm going to do the same on the other side. So right knee bent, left leg comes up straight. And we're just going to hang in the stretch first. So just we'll ease into this one. You have a slight bend in that leg. You tilt your toes outside is a good idea as well. And then we're going to start with that bend, that flex even, flexing your toes. So trying to point your toes towards your nose. And then pointing your toes. And flex. Oh, that's great in my calf, that flex. Point gets into my foot muscles. Flex. Point, flex, and point. Last one, flex, point. And now for that PNF stretch, so we're going to push against the band. That push and pull, push, 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 push. And then release. Pull that stretch in. Deep inhale, exhale. 2 more times. So pull the band or the strap towards you as you push your foot away. You're using the muscle that you're stretching, technically stretching. Push, 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 push. And release in towards you. And last one, push, 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 push. Push. And release in towards you. Feel that stretch. You'll probably bring it up a lot higher than you could before, which is the aim. And releasing that band in your foot, give it a little shake out if you need and want to. And now I'm just going to go into a reclined butterfly stretch. So palms of your feet are together on the floor, knees out wide. A nice stretch inside your hips. Your hands here can be outstretched up above you if that feels nice. They can be on your body if that feels nice. Out to the sides. I like to tense my butt cheeks like one at a time, so it kind of gives a little rock from side to side. It feels nice too, so when you're breathing. And then lastly, we're just going to stretch your legs up to the ground. We'll take the sort of shavasana kind of exercise, I guess, but give your body one last little shake out. If you want also, you can tense every muscle in your body that you can. Tense, 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 and relax. Deep inhales and exhales. Last one. And bringing yourself back up and back into the world and into your day 20. Thank you for joining me today for this mobility, breath and mobility stretch, rest day, essentially active recovery within all these upper body, lower body, full body sculpt classes of the 28-day sculpt series, which is a series of workouts synced to match the hormonal fluctuations that we experience throughout the 28-day menstrual cycle. So today was a rest day. If you enjoyed this video, I'd love if you smack a like, comment. I love your comments. If you have any questions, find me on socials and subscribe for more cycle synced workouts, and I'll see you tomorrow.